Welcome to Fright Night Vault. You're not here by accident, are you? Something called you here. Maybe you were scrolling in the dark. Maybe you're laying in bed, phone dimmed, the world silent except for the sound of your own breathing. Or maybe something else brought you. Either way, you've entered a space where stories don't just pass the time. They consume it. And tonight, what you're about to hear is one of the most unsettling tales we've ever uncovered. It's not from any book, not found in any podcast, and definitely not meant for daylight. I'm glad you made it, but I wouldn't get too comfortable. Before we begin, I want to ask you something. Where are you listening from? Is it a quiet suburb, a creaky old apartment? Or maybe you're somewhere even stranger, somewhere you don't fully recognize but can't quite leave. I ask because I know many of you use these stories to fall asleep. And if that's the case tonight, you might want to keep one ear open, just in case. So go ahead, get settled, plug in your headphones, turn the lights off if you dare, and as the shadows stretch across the walls, try to remember this. Not every whisper you hear tonight is part of the story. Now then, the story starts now. I wasn't supposed to be in that part of the building. The door to sublevel 3 had always been locked. But that morning, the keycard scanner blinked green when I passed by. I hesitated, then told myself I was just being curious. That's how it started. I work maintenance in a biotech lab complex. Nothing high level, just a guy with a mop and a checklist. But even I knew there were places in this facility they never talked about. Rooms that weren't on the map, and hallways that didn't echo right. Sublevel 3 was one of them. The air changed as soon as the elevator opened. It smelled old, like copper and mildew. The hallway lights were dimmer down there, buzzing faintly like they were straining to stay on. I moved slowly, eyes darting to either side. The corridor was lined with black doors, all unmarked, except one. Room R3-17, the only door with a window. I should have turned back. But something about that narrow square of glass drew me in. I approached, peered through it, and froze. Inside was myself, standing, perfectly still. On the other side of the room, same uniform, same expression, like a mirror with no reflection time delay. But I wasn't moving. He wasn't moving. It felt like we were waiting for something. Then I blinked, and he didn't. I stumbled back, heart thundering. My mind scrambled for explanations, surveillance tech, holograms, some weird trick of the light. But when I turned to leave, the hallway was gone. The corridor that had brought me here had been replaced by black walls, seamless and unmarked. Behind me, the door to room R317 creaked open. I didn't walk in. The floor pushed me forward. Inside, the lighting was colder, like moonlight trapped in a freezer. The room was empty now, no second me. Just white walls, a metal table, and a massive mirror bolted to the far side of the room. It looked like a standard one-way glass setup, but I could feel it watching me. I stepped closer, and the mirror rippled. Not reflected, rippled, like something behind the glass was pressing against it. My breath caught in my throat. I reached out slowly, fingertips brushing the surface, and the room changed again. Suddenly, I wasn't alone. The mirror still showed only me, but I could feel someone behind me, breathing, close. I spun around, nothing, but in the reflection. A figure stood just behind my shoulder, hooded. Its face was a skull stretched over something too long. The eyes weren't eyes, they were sockets swallowing light, and when I looked back in panic, it was gone again. The reflection was mine once more, but now it smiled. I ran for the door. It wasn't there. The walls had shifted. I clawed at them, screaming, until I heard a voice, my own voice. "I've been here," it said, "longer than you've been alive." The lights cut out, and in the pitch dark, something cold touched my back. I woke up in the break room on sublevel 1, sweating, shaking. My hands were clean, but I could still smell that rotted air. No one believed me, of course. Said I'd passed out from cleaning fumes. But I never triggered that keycard door again, never even got near sublevel 3. But I see things now, in mirrors, in windows, in reflections too smooth to be safe. I see him, still in that room, waiting, wearing my face, and lately, when I look away and glance back, sometimes I'm not the only one looking. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more like it, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. There are more rooms out there, rooms no one should ever open. But here at Fright Night Vault, we've got the key.